Hi, Celeste Cuffey here of Life Empowered Consulting Services, where our mission is to reach, empower, and motivate others to access and utilize their God-given talents and skills, building better families, companies, and communities worldwide. I am so glad to be with you on today, and I am looking forward to spending with you these few minutes of living life empowered. I wanted to start off by saying that I have watched the news over the last couple of years, and a lot of the things that have been coming across has been very, very negative. Sometimes it seems like it's hard pressed to hear any great things happening in this world. I feel like there are so many things that are trying to cause, spark, encourage, and support division rather than unity among those of us who live in this country and really in this world. However, I will also say that in spite of what is being heard, what is being communicated, what is being perpetuated, and I don't blame the news because the news only reports what they hear. In spite of that, I am fortunate enough to have seen and experienced something significantly different. And so what I want to start off talking about today is this simple, very simple thought, which is other people's opinions do not have to be your reality. I'll say it again. Other people's opinions do not have to be your reality. I am fortunate to live in a very diverse neighborhood. My kids attended very diverse schools. I live in a very diverse, I think, city, even though we're somewhat segregated. Overall, I think we're fairly diverse. However, with that said, I have been able to encounter and watch and observe what happens when we all come together. A very small thing that I want to share with you. I go to the local gym here near my home, and I go typically in the mornings. And when I get there, I see people of all ages. It's summertime, so that's why the kids are out. I see people of all ages. I see people of all nationalities. I see people of all colors. I see people with such a large, diverse group of backgrounds. And I see them there, and they're smiling, and they're talking to each other, and they're encouraging each other, and they're saying positive things. Young men with older men, young men with older women. And there is just a phenomenal atmosphere that is created in that particular environment. Why? Because even though when you listen to the news, you hear one thing, the reality, we have created a reality that has defined and decided to be something different. So in spite of all the negativity that we hear, I am seeing the positive, the great things that are happening every single day. And I'm grateful for that. And so what I wanted to do is just take a few moments and encourage us. Remember, other people's opinions do not have to be our reality. But how do we make that so? The first thing that we do is we decide what it is that we want. If we want a place of peace, if we want a place of joy, if we want a place of diversity, inclusion, collaboration, if we want that, then we can make the decision first of all. That's the first thing. We decide that that is what we want. In spite of everything else, we make that decision. Then the second thing that we do is we live that out. Well, what do you mean? That means that you begin to talk to people that don't look like you. You begin to show yourself friendly. You begin to talk and interact with people that do not have the same religious background as you. You begin to talk and interact with people that don't look like you, that don't talk like you, that is not in your age bracket. That's how you do it. And not only are you doing that, and you're doing it daily, you're not just doing it as a one-off. You are doing it on a consistent basis. This is what we need to do in order to live out the decision that we want a diverse and inclusive company, culture, country, community, whatever that is. These are the things that we need to do to make sure that happens. And then the third thing that we do is identify and create like-minded people. So what that means is that there might be some people that already think like you think. Bring them in, love them, interact with them, connect them to people that you know that are not like you, but will help foster and strengthen the diversity and the inclusion and the kindness and the love that you are interested in sharing. That's the first thing that you do, and that's the identification of them. Now, how do you create them? Easy, by being the example. You are the example of what you want to see. You are the example of what you want to have take place. When I walk into the gym, I see the elderly women just smiling and friendly. I had a whole entire conversation with the elderly woman today, and the kindness that she showed. And when she spoke to other people, hey, sweetie, hey, baby, just wonderful, big, open-hearted. As a matter of fact, and here it is, this is a gym. When they're missing for too long, they're looking for them because they have created a community in spite of what they look like, in spite of their age, in spite of their nationality, in spite of their culture, in spite of their gender, all of those things. They have found something that has connected them. Now, I like that because the first thing that I want you to know that connected them was the commonality of the gym and a desire at some level to be healthy. So what is it that you have in common? We're so busy looking for things that shift us from what we have in common to what we have that's different. We're always looking for those things to celebrate our differences rather than to celebrate our commonalities. And so the relationship began with these particular individuals with the start of that common thing of the gym, the common thing of being healthy and working out, and then it grew. So when we talk about deciding what you want, you make that decision. When we talk about living it out, you go out and you practice it every day, but you start with a positive perspective. Find something in common with people. Do you have children? We love children. Let's talk about the commonality of our children. Do you work in corporate America? Let's work in corporate America. Let's have a conversation about that. Do you care about people? Let's have a conversation about how we build our sisters and our brothers and our children. Are we concerned about the future? Let's have a conversation about the future and the things that we can do to help make it a better place. This is what we should talk about doing, and that is how we identify and we create like-minded people, and we identify more people by bringing them in, by showing them, by being kind and loving and being the example, again, that we want to see in others. Because when you do that, they say, not all old people are bad after all. Not all elderly people are just trying to insult me and tell me what I'm doing wrong. Or not all older men are trying to hit on me. Or not all younger people are just trying to step all over me and treat me like I don't know anything. All of those things, by the way that we live on a daily basis, we can combat those misnomers, those false truths, those things that spew the hatred instead of the love. Our behavior can combat that. And so again, I just wanted to share with you today the fact that other people's opinions, no matter who said it, it doesn't have to be your reality. And then I also wanted to share with you that if you decide what you want, if you live out the decision, and if you create like-minded and identify people that are along those same pathways, we will make the world a better place. And so thank you so much for your time. Celeste Cuffia here again, Life Empowered Consulting Services. You enjoy your day. Take care. Goodbye.